You came back and served as the head coach of the football team. What was it like actually being the head coach at that time?
Well, those 12 years in SCOOBA as a head football coach were some of the best of my life. And again, it was exciting to come back, and you know, this was my school. I played here, and so you know, I can't tell you how it felt when I got a chance to come back as a head football coach. I didn't try to do the things that Coach Sullivan did, but you know, being a part of his program and everything, it was a time in my life where you know, it was a dream come true for me to be able to be the head coach here. I tell you, we've got some loyal fans. They show up for these contests. They support the school. I just want them all to know how much we appreciate it and how much I've enjoyed being a part of it over the last 50 years.
Mr. Stokes, athletics always have been a part of the culture at EMCC, but could you have foreseen the success of the last 10 years?
You know, that's a good question. I think that, no, to answer your question, I guess, I didn't know that we would have, if you had told me we were going to win 4 national championships. I remember one of the biggest moments in sports for me was when we won the state championship in 2009. That was our very first one, and you know, it was something I'll never forget. I actually never thought we would reach that level, much less than the 4 national championships in football. Of course, our other sports have elevated. You know, basketball did really well, went to like 5 of the national tournaments in a row, and some, you know, did a really good job, and they're continuing to work hard. So, yeah, it's been a really good 10 years for us, and I hope we'll keep, you know, working hard to improve on that.
How much has the success on the football field translated into other areas, Mr. Mickey?
Well, I think it's given the institution a lot of recognition, not only within the state, but outside the state as well, you know, internationally, nationally and internationally, even with some things that have taken place in the last few years. I think the success has, you know, puts our name out in the forefront as far as community college athletic programs, especially in football. You know, so I think in that regard, you know, it's given us a lot of recognition. Yeah, well, I mean, academically, I think our school, you know, institution is second to none. I mean, we've had, if you look at the athletic and academics together, all right, softball finished #1 academically. Football program was #1 not only on the field last year as national champions, we're also national champions in the classroom academically. We were #1 ranked football program in the nation. So, you know, I think that our academics are, like I said, second to none, and I think they're, you know, we're doing a great job with that. So, and then we have success stories that are outside of the athletics, that we have, you know, our Phi Theta Kappa group are doing extremely good things. Different programs throughout our college are showing a lot of success. I know we have gold medal winners in welding and different automotive programs, and of course our workforce development program is highly ranked and one of the higher ranked in the Southeast and maybe in the nation. So, first of all, the prediction is I think there's going to be great things for East Mississippi, you know, in the future. I think the leadership that we'll have and currently do have, you know, with our board trustees and the different people who are helping us, you know, will make sure of that. You know, I think we're going to elevate not only athletically, but we're going to elevate in all areas of academics, all areas of workforce, career tech programs. You know, I think our institution will grow dramatically, especially as the economic development areas within our district, as they grow and they continue to flourish. It's just going to bring more and more opportunity to the institution. So.
We were there for the DECA conference. That's where it is. It's held every year in New York City. It was a great opportunity for the students in our marketing management program to get to experience that. So we went a little bit before and did some touring of New York City, but that was what our main purpose was for the DECA conference.
What do you think the students were going to get the most out of the conference?
I think there was a little bit of everything. Getting to see at the DECA conference everything with other students getting in the same field as they are. They're there for the same purpose all around different schools around the United States. And not only that, to experience New York. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Lots of people don't get to do that. And just to open your eyes to different culture, different way, get to see different things. So I think that that was one of the best things, just opportunity, really.
Why do you feel like trips like this are so beneficial to your students?
They need to see how big the world really is. I asked my students even this morning, what did they get out of it? And I think it teaches them that they can get out of any box. They can leave their habitat and go and be very, very productive. And it's nothing against them. What I also share with them is nothing beats a failure but a try. And getting out and seeing something bigger and greater will propel them to do bigger and better things.
EMCC has put a lot of emphasis on not just being a sports school, so how has that impacted you?
As far as in the classroom, I push our students from an academic perspective. I push them from a realistic and a real world view, how they can take these skills out of the classroom and put them into practical practice, getting jobs, getting interviews, working on internships, building relationships, and it's not all about sports. We can take these business skills and acumen and translate them into greater relationships.
So, does it provide a little extra incentive to do even better?
Absolutely. Nowhere in most cases can you go to New York for under $500 for a whole week and get that kind of training. We had resume training, relationship building, how to tell your story during an interview, and to land the actual job. We also learned about entrepreneurship, how starting a business is very, very important. You have to have passion and you have to have perseverance and stick-to-itiveness. So our kids getting out, or our youth getting out and seeing that, there was nothing that could replace it.
Now you go to a national competition, and Mississippi obviously has some type of stereotype, right? Does that motivate you even that much more?
It definitely does motivate me more because I've actually come from football. So, you know, as a football player, you're just a big dumb jock that likes to lift weights and stuff like that. And I've always had a good GPA. I kept up with my grades because if I didn't, my mom would get on me. So the stereotype definitely pushed me forward because I like to show people that no matter what background or where you come from, you can excel in any given task.
Most definitely, Mississippi has the stereotype of being really dumb, and we're not the highest level on education-wise. So yeah, I definitely like to go and be like, hey, I'm from Mississippi and I'm not stupid.
What's your emotional reaction to do well against the best in the country?
It's certainly a big reaction for me. I was super happy just for the fact that I placed and just came in first place, and that's just amazing to me, especially going against people who have these 4-year degrees coming up, or they've been in these big Ivy League colleges, as they would put them. Coming from a community college, it just shows what you can do as long as you put your mind to it and work hard.
Now, what do you tell others about being able to compete against the best?
I tell them that most of my practice and all that is what came into play with it. They always tell me that I have the gift of gab. I've heard that a whole lot, and just this program, the marketing program at EMCC, has definitely put a leash on it, I guess you would say, because I'd like to get away with my words, and they definitely just let me hone my skills and become a great salesperson, I guess I would say that.
So do you think your success helps change the image of EMCC from just being a jock athletic school?
Yeah,
EMCC.
Sorry.
That's okay.
EMCC is definitely, we're top in football, so the fact to come in and be, top in business and marketing as well, and education-wise, that definitely,
Does it provide a little extra incentive sometimes to do even better?
Absolutely. I think the pressure is there. We're number one in so many things, so to do better and to be number one is definitely on that top priority.
shot at another national championship. What goes through your mind when you hear that?
So there are been a lot of really good football players come through, a lot of really good coaches. A lot of things have gone into putting our program where it is now. 109 wins in 11 seasons is pretty good, but there's been a lot of really good, been a lot of sweat and blood and tears that's gone into that. It makes me think back about, you know, all the guys. It makes me think back about playing in our first ball game across the road here in that small stadium, and how we've grown since then.
The only 2 unbeaten teams in the country, is that the way it's supposed to be?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, I don't think there's anybody else that should be playing for it. I mean, there's other, if there was a one-loss team, you'd be wondering who that should be. One year we were left out in 2016, and one year in 2017, you know, Iowa Western was left out with 1 loss. But if you've got 2 undefeated teams, or only undefeated teams, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. I hope it's how it's supposed to be.
How do you get your team mentally prepared, Coach, for playing on that stage, especially since it will be nationally televised?
No different than any other game that we play. You know, the fact we're nationally and worldly televised now. When you go on YouTube, you know, we're live streamed all over the world. Everybody in many countries get to see us play. So nothing changes for us. There's just this time it's some announcers, and it has CBS in front of it instead of YouTube or instead of EMCC TV. So, you know, we're not going to attack this any different than we would any other game.
And how much has the coverage and respect for JUCO football changed in just the last decade?
I think you know, I think it's been a lot more recognizable because of kind of maybe who some of the people are now. Social media is such a strong impact on everything that we do now, and I think that with the impact of some of the players that have come from the JUCO ranks on the NFL and on major college, I think that has lent itself to spread by social media, and just the fact that there's more people with more phones that have more Twitter accounts and more Instagrams. That's made it a lot more popular.
Does having this extra time prior to the game help in some kind of way, you think?
Yeah, it helps, but I wish we had more time, because I mean we've already spent 3 days this week working on nothing but travel. You know, who's rooming with who's staying with who, where are we going to eat, where are we going to stop, you know, where are we going to practice, when are we going to practice, putting together the itinerary on a quick turnaround. I mean, we didn't even know that the ball game was going to be on the 29th till just recently when the NJCAA announced it. So, you know, that's a big thing for us, and that's we wish we had more time. I promise you.
And how do you think the Kansas team feels about that?
I think they're the same. I mean, they have just as far to travel as we do. They got almost 6.5 hours. We got 9. It's going to be it's tough, you know, traveling that far, and it's just as far for them. So I mean, I'm sure that they've got the same problems that we do.
How do you balance game preparation with the holidays?
Well, you want to make sure that you know, you have the kids have enough time to get away and be with their families and have some of that time to depressurize a little bit from the season. They've had a few days off since our state championship game, and you pay it its due. I mean, it's football and it's an important game, but it's not as important as being with your family, you know, and taking this holiday time. I mean, they've got a lot of things they need to do with studying. They've got finals coming up. We're going to miss our entire week of final prep going into this ball game. So, you know, our big thing is give them plenty of time during the holidays, and then when we come back, when we have to work, we work.
In the past, the Lions have been known for offense. This year, you've got the best defense in the country. Is that approach a little bit different? No, we approach everything the same. I mean, I don't think I think we've had great defenses. You know, offense sells tickets, and defenses win championships. And I mean, we can't have. It's like the left foot and the right foot. You can't go anywhere without the other one, and so. We have to have them both, and our special teams sprinkled in there. And we've never changed our approach. We've just we're executing at a high level, I think, on both sides. I know, Coach, your slogan is 1-0 every game. Mm-hmm. What do you tell them each day? What are some other things that are very motivational that help keep these players focused, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing is they want to try to win the day. They want to try to be the best person they can be. Our big thing is making sure that we don't accept anything less than our best. Be the best player you can be the best team we can be. You know, and I think if they can do that, they'll grow up to be great young men, great young leaders of families. You know, I tell them all the time, you know, this is something that you know, is getting you ready to be the leader of your own family. And I hope all these young men become fathers and husbands and leaders of families. And I hope that, you know, some of the little things that they get away from this program will help them do and be good at that.
So right before the national championship kickoff, what are some of the things that you might want to stress to them? Have fun. That's the biggest thing. I mean, you come to SCOOBA to play in these type ball games and don't do anything but have fun. Just go out and play and have fun. That's the number one thing. That's the mantra, and hopefully they'll do that. You know, that's the only thing I'm gonna tell them. Just have fun. Any other final thoughts or words you might like to share with our Inside the Pride viewers? You know, I think the biggest thing is just everybody to understand that this is something that doesn't happen all the time, and these young men have worked very, very hard. So we appreciate their support, and go Lions.
Opportunity happens at East Mississippi Community College. The opportunity to jumpstart your education with our affordable tuition and financial aid options. The opportunity to explore many career paths with our industry-leading workforce training and academic programs. The opportunity to become a national champion on and off the field. Turn opportunity into reality. Register today at East Mississippi Community College. Opportunity happens here.
So we are getting set for the MACJC State Championship game. EMCC trying to go for state championship number 3 in a row. 11:35 to go in the first quarter. It's going to be a tall sweep over on the right side to Granberry. Tries to cut down the numbers. Here's the snap of the shotgun to Bennett. It's going to leave it with Granberry, and Granberry's going to go, no, Bennett kept it, and he is going to be dropped, and he loses yardage back to the 43-yard line. They're showing pressure once again. Here's the snap to Bennett. They come after him, and they're going to knock him down from behind as he falls forward down to the 30-yard line. He's not going to have enough for the first down. They'll turn, they'll hand it to him. Comes around near side, and he's going to be clipped and dropped at the 39-yard line as he tries to get around the left tackle. And Weaver has plenty of time to pass it. Now rolling to his right. He's going to square and fire, and it's caught by Drummond. Takes the snap. He's going to give it to McIntosh. Tries to bounce to the outside right side. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage, breaks a couple of tackles, and gets out across the line of scrimmage up to the 46. And trying to come around near side and getting to the numbers and getting tackled is going to be the tailback Granberry, and making the tackle for EMCC is going to be Everitt Cunningham. An inside handoff to Granberry, churns his legs between the tackles, is going to get down to the 35-yard line. Down to the 25 of EMCC, firing it left side, intercepted, and it's nothing but Green. EMCC's taking it between the numbers and the sideline, across midfield, and now inside the 35, inside the 30, sidesteps one man and is tackled from behind at the 25. Jaquez Akins with the pickoff, and he brings it down to the 25 of Jones. Ball on the right hash, Jones is stacking the box. Play action, they're going to float it on a fade pattern near side, looking for Drummond. Great position, and he's going to catch it inside the 15, stay on his feet, 5, touchdown. He slowed down at the 3, and his defender had recovered and almost tackled him at the 1. Touchdown Lions, 6-0, 7:52 to go before halftime. The snap to Bennett. He's going to leave it with his tailback Edwards, who goes straight at the middle, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, and he is dropped. Snap to Bennett, turns, and he's going to fake the give, bootleg near side. He's got backside pressure, hit, dropped inside the 40 at the 37-yard line. EMCC comes up with a huge sack. Here's the snap, and it's a quarterback draw, and he's going to be dropped back at the 35-yard line. Eric Kitchen comes up with a huge play there. Takes a snap, surveys the field, floats a fade pattern for Drummond near side. Caught it with one hand at the 40-yard line and secured it with his second. He's going to get up to the 44 before he steps out of bounds. He's going to send in motion out of the backfield. McIntosh, he's going to run right up the middle, and he's going to have a first down and more. And he's going to be flipped and helicoptered around the 41-yard line. That's enough for a first down. Bennett surveys the defense. Here's the snap. They come after him in the backfield. He's going to turn and hand it off to Granberry, and he's going to be tackled from the side. The snap in the shotgun, play action, pump fakes, he has backside pressure, hit, drop, 48-yard line, it's a sack. And coming up is Eric Kitchen with a huge sack for the Lions. The snap from the 49 of the Lions. They throw it over on the far side. It's caught, almost batted down by EMCC at the 45. Now the ball's on the ground. Who comes up with it? The Lions are celebrating, but we'll wait for the official to make the call. Down to the 43.
So
now they're
far,
still now it is
there it
EMCC
is, yeah.
football. The Lions will have it at their own 43. Back to pass, fires it near side out in the flat, caught at the 28-yard line by Drummond, and he gets between two defenders, and nobody will catch him. He's between the numbers on the sideline, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Dontario Drummond, his second of the game. Oh my goodness gracious, that's from 74 yards. High snap, Bennett pulls it down, gives it to Granberry. He's popped as he got around the left side. Here's the snap, little end around, and Jones is going to be tackled back at the 33. Huge defensive play that EMCC needed right there. Bennett the shotgun, high snap, pull down from the 21, going to keep it himself, has a hole, and he's going to fumble the ball, and EMCC falls on it at the 11. Oh, big defensive play. Boy, defense is made up for the lack of special teams today. An interception and a couple of fumble recoveries. First down, 2 to go from their own 11. In motion is Boykin from near side to far. The snap to Ulmer. Fakes the give to McIntosh. Comes around near side. Has plenty of real estate. Across 20, 25. Steps out of bounds around the 30-yard line. And that's going to be a first down. Ulmer in the shotgun. Snaps it with 3 to snap it. Leaves it with McIntosh. Big hole up the middle across 40. He makes a couple of misses. He's on his way to the end zone. He's inside the 30. 25, 20. He angles to the left. 10, 5. Touchdown. EMCC. Deon McIntosh. 17 touchdowns on the ground this season. And now the Lions are on top.
71-yard run, Jason, right up the middle of the field. He showed that tremendous balance as he was hit a couple times. He just bounced off, not to be denied.
The snap, he pulls it from the belly of Granberry, does Bennett, and tries to go up the middle and bounces to the near side numbers at around the 41-yard line, so it will be a short gain. Ball snap for the near hash, play action. It's going to be a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. They get the quarterback firing it, fade pattern on the far sideline, intercepted over his shoulder at the 30-yard line. It's Anderson, Jacob Anderson, and EMCC has won the day with turnovers. That's the 4th taken, 19-14 with 2:17 to go. That may have done it. They've got to go 74 yards for a touchdown. They floated over the middle, and it's picked off. EMCC has it, and the Lions are going to get inside the 35, and once again, it's Jacob Anderson. 2 interceptions in the last minute and a half of play. Here's the snap. He goes to a left knee, and that's going to do it. And it's official. EMCC wins another state championship, their 3rd in a row. 19-14 the final score. Bring another trophy back to Titletown.
When we tell y'all we number 1 in the nation, we number 1 for a reason. DBU.
I like that. See a little pretty, boy. We all started at practice. You know, it's a state championship, so practice is pretty focused all week. And then, you know, big-time players need to make big-time plays, so that's what I did.
No, the good thing about it, he don't show you when he's going to make a big play. About it still be the same. You know, we just been doing this since 7th grade, like you said. And I know to throw on the ball, he's going to make a big play.
It was pretty for the normal. We do it every day in practice. We compete every day in practice, and that's how the game turned out.
Oh, man, that was real. It was real sweet. All my fans were here. Same fans that been following me since 7th grade, been following us since 7th grade.
We prepare the same way every practice. We treat every game like it's championship week, and we just try to get that 5th national championship.
It's a big opportunity, you know, to leave state and then go play ball, and we're trying to bring it back to the South.
Minutes pass intercepted by Anderson. Really good. Bobcats 14 is head coach Buddy Stevens. Please join me in congratulating Coach Buddy Stevens and the East Mississippi.
When you get voted in #1 at the beginning of the year, it kind of puts a monkey on your back and a target on your back, and you know we've had that all year, and we get everybody's best game, and you know hopefully that you know we can continue it on. But I mean it's something very hard, you know, when you've had to carry that #1 moniker all through the season, and it just, you know, it's a lot to live up to sometimes for these kids. Glory goes to God for this. Without him, we're nothing. Our guys played very hard. You know, it was really exciting to watch our guys come back and play with the resilience that they had. Give a lot of credit to Jones. Jones has a really good football team, and you know, they pushed us to the limit. For me, all of them are special, but you know, I feel great for these kids that are on this team that hadn't had an opportunity to do that.
We knew we had it in the back of our mind that the defense. We got the #1 defense in the country, and we was gonna do great things. And I mean, I want to chase this dream with nobody else but my team and my brother. So working on our 4th ring, it's just a blessing, man. It's a blessing.
It's just exciting. You know, we come here, they just preach state championship, national, and we go out there and get the job done. It's just like something that warms up your inside. It's just, you know.
Opportunity happens at East Mississippi Community College. The opportunity to jumpstart your education with our affordable tuition and financial aid options. The opportunity to explore many career paths with our industry-leading workforce training and academic programs. The opportunity to become a national champion on and off the field. Turn opportunity into reality. Register today at East Mississippi Community College. Opportunity happens here.